Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog, nice, coming at you from New York Comic Con 2024. I'm here with Juhn of Jada Toys. Going to walk me through everything that they have on display here. Ask him a couple questions, clarify a few things real quick. How you doing today, Juhn?
Good. It's the last day. It was a great weekend. New York was awesome.
Yeah. New York was awesome.
Yeah.
So I saw that Chun-Li was here. You guys had Chun-Li at SDCC as well. How's that been in terms of sales for her?
It's been pretty good. So we had the Player 2 Pink Chun-Li and the Violent Ken. It's the same two exclusives we've had from San Diego. So because it wasn't necessarily new, it still did steady all weekend, comparable to it being an older item. So
Nice.
It did awesome.
Nice. And just to clarify, this version is what player?
It's Player 2. So all the alternate colors are Player 2 because it's a two-player game. So whatever the original color is, the second player has like an option of colors to choose from.
Got it. And I'm pretty sure I saw that there was an additional head that would go with the Player 1 version, aside from the two heads that would swap onto this Player 2 version, right?
Yeah, definitely. So where it makes sense, where we do like a Player 2 Deluxe, we want to incorporate new parts and pieces that also backward compatible with the original one. So if it means the color has to be different, we'll just include a second one in the Player 1 colors. And we'll do that moving forward too.
Got it. And where are we right now in terms of all of the characters from this particular version of Street Fighter?
Yeah, so Wave 1 and 2 are out. Wave 3 is hitting very soon. It should be in everyone's hands by the end of the year. So that's already 9 characters. And then we had Violent Ken and Evil Ryu for San Diego. So that's 11. So that leaves 8 more characters for the Street Fighter 2 roster. 3 of them should be hitting next spring at Target, which is Sagat, Blanca, and Vega. And then the remaining 5 will be trickling out through the remainder of next year. So the goal is to have everything wrapped up before the end of 2025.
Nice. And where do you think you want to go from there? Can you give us a little insight, a little sneak peek into what may be to come after that?
Yeah, so we're not done with Street Fighter. I mean, we achieved what we wanted to do, which is complete the roster of 2. So because that's completed now, it opens the door up for other games. We might focus on one game specifically, like we did up until now, or we might jump around between different games. For me, my personal preferences are still the 2D sprite versions of the games or the most modern Street Fighter 6, so we'll see how it goes.
How are you feeling about it overall, though?
Really good. It's been doing really well for us, not only in the US market, but globally. So it is our premier action figure line for Jada. So we're definitely going to keep continuing and prioritizing this line for years to come.
Now, I noticed recently that Storm looked like they went down a bit in scale, and it seems like they are directly doing a direct assault in terms of the scale and doing Street Fighter figures. Is that going to make you guys switch up in any way, shape, or form? Do you have to recalibrate in any way as a result of that?
Yeah, so it happened very recently. I'm still trying to recover from it, honestly. But for us, we already have plans for the future. We're not going to react to what they're doing. We're just going to continue what we're doing. But it definitely will light a fire under us to up our, sculpting, detail, and articulation more so. So hopefully in the end, it'll just elevate our product to be more competitive. And, competition is good for the collectors, so the collectors will win, but it'll be a more difficult process for us on the other side of the fence. But we're always up for it, and I'm excited for the future.
Honestly, to be fair, I feel like you guys were already on the offense, coming out, completing the roster so quickly. And let's not forget that SHF came out and said they want to go back and revisit their Street Fighter figures as well as a result. So that's 2 companies that's taken notice to what you guys have been doing. So I see that as a positive, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the end, everyone's going to win. And it's going to be more motivating for me and the team here to really up our game for the future releases.
Okay, let's talk about Mega Man. Where are we with that line?
Yeah, so Wave 1, 3 figures are already out in the market. Wave 2 should be hitting very soon. It should be in people's hands before the end of this year. And then any future figure that we've already shown will start trickling out starting next year. And most likely by next year's San Diego, we should have more newness.
Nice. Where are we with Mega Man? I'm not really well versed in the Megaverse, so these designs that you guys did was from the original first game?
Yeah, so it's like the classic looks, kind of like the Nintendo era of Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, where the proportions were, the heads were slightly larger. So that's like the look we're going through for all the characters. So the character selection is from Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to continue that for a little bit more, but I know a lot of people have been asking for X and more modern iterations of the game. So if that's something that makes sense for us in the future, we're definitely open to that as well.
Very good. These look amazing. They look very good. I definitely picked up, the normal, regular version of Mega Man. Let's talk about Cyberpunk. What do we have going on there? I remember seeing just the one main character at San Diego.
Yeah, so David and Lucy are the first two characters that are coming out. It should be in people's hands by January, early January. It's in production and shipping already out of China. The pre-orders with the proper promo images have already been completed. We finished that before coming here. So it should be going up on Big Bad and Entertainment Earth in the next coming weeks.
Nice, very nice. All right, let's talk about some fun things here. I see we got Barney Rubble and Fred, and we got Tony the Tiger. We've already saw Chester, which I think did pretty damn well because it looked like it was consistently sold out. So let's start with the newest, I guess, to the oldest.
Okay, so at New York, we showed the Pebble cereal, Fred and Barney. So it was the first time fans seeing it. It's cool because it's Flintstones, but it also doubles as food mascots. So we kind of use the Pebble cereal as a fun way to do it. The packaging's really fun, and it plays into our existing food mascots line we have going. So Tony the Tiger we showed off in San Diego, and that's going to be coming out in April. So what's cool about the food mascots line is Target will be carrying it starting in April.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's going to launch with Tony the Tiger at Target. And then later on in the year, the two Flintstones characters will wave into that assortment. And we have more coming to keep feeding that revolving assortment at Target.
Okay, when you say more coming, is it going to be more characters from the Flintstones? Or are you going to venture out and do more cereals and just more characters in general? Are these like a one-off, or do you think you want to really go deep into the Flintstones lore?
So up until now, Tony the Tiger is obviously the one-off. But for Flintstones, there's more options available because it is also Flintstones. So if it does well and we want to branch out and do more characters in that universe, the option is there for us. So we'll see about that. But in addition to that, we have more food mascots coming. So it's not going to be just limited to just cereal. So we have a lot of exciting things in the pipeline. So I think people are going to be surprised with the variety within the food category that we're able to tackle in this action figure line.
Very nice. I see Tony the Tiger has some very unique scope, obviously, but also some unique points of articulation. How many points on Tony?
It's more than Chester. So every figure line we approach, we want to maximize articulation, even though it might not even be necessary. So Tony has 2 points of articulation at his torso. Mm-hmm. The thigh cut is hidden within the hip joint. It has single knees, but the range is really good. It has an articulated tail. It has double jointed elbows, and then the neck is on a ball joint. And it has a lot of cool accessories. So one we have displayed, it has the finger with the spinning basketball, mm-hmm. but he comes with a bunch of other hand options, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, he looks really dope. All right, so finally, let's talk about Scooby-Doo. This is the newest additions to the Jada roster, right?
Yeah, so this one we also debuted at San Diego. We showed off the first wave, which is Shaggy, Mummy, and Creeper. So those are almost completed and should be shipping out early next year. So for New York, we kind of wanted to show a new look for them. So for the Creeper, we show the alternate head, which is the unmasked head. So all the monsters' alternate heads will be their unmasked portraits. And we also showed off Scooby-Doo himself. He's going to be leading Wave 2, and he's also coming with 2 new monsters, but we held back on those. We're going to reveal those at a later time.
So Scooby's going to be part of a 2-pack, is what you're saying?
No, he's going to be in Wave 2, which is going to be 3 new characters. So it's going to be Scooby and 2 other monsters, but they're all individually packed. And we also showed the packaging. So they're all going to be individually packed for $25, and it has like a cool like spooky forest design with like fog, so it looks like the characters are like emerging from the fog.
We talked a little bit about the mummy monster here in terms of how unique the sculpt and articulation is for him too. So
yeah, so we maximized the articulation on him. He probably has more articulation than most normal domestic figures out there. So he has like the upper and lower neck joint. He has butterfly joints. He has double jointed knees and elbows. He has 2 ball joint cuts at the torso. But what's cool about the design is he's wrapped in bandages. So we hid all the swivels with the shape of the bandages. So when you look at it, it doesn't look like he has any joints in his arms and legs, but actually it's all like hidden. So he has an upper thigh and a lower boot cut, but you can't tell if you're just looking at it. But out of Wave 1, he's probably the most fun in hand because there's really no limit to how you could articulate him. And also like the loose bandages on his leg and his head are also on swivels.
Nice, very nice. So what are you looking forward to the most in 2025 in terms of product that's on the way?
I think, Street Fighter is always going to be like our main line, our main focus. We are excited. I'm excited about Cyberpunk just because it's our first attempt at soft goods. So if it works out, we're going to continue that with new properties where it makes sense. It is our first attempt at it. So it's our trial run, but as we do more, we can improve from there. And I think a lot of people are super excited about the Scooby-Doo line. You know, it's a brand that everybody knows, but it's never been executed in this way. It's been more like simplistic figures or like statues or collectibles. So I think I'm very optimistic that Scooby-Doo is going to be like a surprise hit next year.
I agree. I've been seeing a lot of chatter, a lot of people really interested in getting these Scooby-Doo figures. So, all right. Thank you, Juhn. Boog and Juhn signing off from New York Comic Con 2024. Peace.
I'm in the game, I'm grinding, I got to play 24 hours in a day, 7 days out the week, I never sleep. I'm on my grizzly bear, 52 weeks out the year,